Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I feel like I haven't sat down and did a video in so long. I've been going back and forth between Vegas and Orange County, so it just made more sense to do vlogs instead because it's a little bit easier. Anyway, how have y'all been? I've been good. I just came back from a trip to Cabo and it was so relaxing and I just cannot wait to book my next trip. Anyway, look what I got here. I actually got this on the day that it came out, which was around late June, but I just never really got the chance to sit down and do an unboxing, but better late than never. Let's go ahead and unbox this. So I actually already cut the tape, but I did not remove the contents yet. Ta-da! So this suitcase is nothing different than the silver one or black one. The only difference is that this came in the limited edition rose quartz color. And I'm just gonna go ahead and do a little quick review just in case you guys aren't familiar with RIMOWA carry-ons. So at the base, we have a multi-wheel system that was adapted from office chairs and hospital beds. Like this does look like an office chair wheel. So the 4 double wheels, 8 in total, all rotate on its own axes, allowing you to guide the heaviest suitcase with minimal effort. And traveling up, we have what they call the stage-free telescopic handle. This is a very cool feature because the handle essentially locks in place wherever you want to hold it. So unlike other suitcases where you might only be able to lock in 2 places, but with this handle you can lock it anywhere you want. And the handle is also engineered to not wobble like the other suitcases do. I was such a noob with the RIMOWA before that I had the hardest time trying to figure out how to open it, but similar to a briefcase, there are 2 TSA approved locks here on the side. You press down the sides and the lock will pop out, which will allow you to open up your suitcase. Once opened, you will find 2 flex dividers where you can store some small items such as toiletries, and they're also used to divide the 2 halves. To be honest, I usually just take these dividers out and just don't use them because I think they take up too much room. And you will also get a little welcome kit. When you open up the folder, you will find your luggage tag to the left and also this classic RIMOWA luggage sticker to the right. You'll also find an instructions booklet for your reference. The rose quartz comes in 3 sizes: cabin, check-in medium, and trunk plus. The biggest con of this suitcase is probably the size for me. I didn't realize just how small it was before I bought one. The luggage itself doesn't look extremely small, but when you open it up, there's definitely way less space than I had anticipated. I think personally, this is definitely used for a weekend trip in the summer, as I don't see how you can fit any winter clothes in there. And if you're like me and love to overpack, we oftentimes find ourselves trying to squish our luggage in order to zip it up. But with the aluminum RIMOWAs, that's almost impossible to do because they are not flexible like the polycarbonate luggages for obvious reasons, because it's made up of cold hard metal. Another thing that I found strange was the fact that it's very hard to stack my tote bag on it. Whenever I travel, I always stack my tote bag on my carry-on just so I can hold less things. But I don't know if it's because the handle is too prominent or the suitcase itself is too thin. My tote bag doesn't sit properly on its own. I know you can buy those luggage straps to keep them in place, or also buy a tote bag that comes with a trolley sleeve on the back. But I don't know, I just find it a little bit inconvenient for me, as I am able to put my tote bag on luggages from other brands. So I've actually been using my Away carry-on for the longest time for short trips, and I think it's pretty obvious since we can see all the scuffs over here. It's obviously not brand new. And I will do a quick review and comparison between the Away and my RIMOWA. And obviously, I know it's a little bit hard to compare because they are both made from completely different materials, but I'm just gonna base my judgment off of the common denominator, which is that they're both carry-ons. My Away is the one without the built-in USB charger. So if you do have the USB charger, I think it's somewhere around here, and you'll find the USB ports at the base of the handle. I didn't get it because I just didn't think it would be useful for me personally. But I do know a handful of people that do have it, and that built-in charger is honestly only a $20 add-on.
The Away is the standard zipper opening, and once you open it, the biggest difference you'll see, and this is another thing I love way more than the RIMOWA, is that it has this non-detachable zip-up divider, which practically takes up no space. And similar to the RIMOWA, there is one removable divider where you can store some of your small items like socks and toiletry, etc. On the bottom compartment here, you will find a small pocket that contains a laundry bag. I've personally never used it before, but I think it does come in pretty handy.
When you first receive your Away luggage, you will find what they call a magic eraser. Basically, it says to clean your suitcase, dampen the eraser, squeeze out excess water, and gently rub away any scuff marks or dirty spots. I actually used it once and it was pretty effective. Obviously, for like deeper scuffs and marks, it's a little bit harder to completely remove it and make your suitcase look brand new. But it's okay, you know, because all of those marks and scuffs, they basically represent all of the good travel memories that we made along the way. And then the second thing you'll find is the small booklet that will explain some features of the suitcase, as well as instructions on how to set your lock. And lastly, you'll find a leather luggage tag, which is kind of similar to the one from RIMOWA, except I think you need to pay an extra $10 to get this hot stamped, while with RIMOWA, it's complimentary. Another cool thing that Away does is that you can actually print your initials on the suitcase itself for, I think, $50. One big thing that I love about my Away suitcase is just how surprisingly spacious it is. I can easily fit a week of clothing, and this includes like 2 makeup bags, sometimes my tennis shoes, and even heels. It's pretty crazy. But with RIMOWA, a pair of tennis shoes practically takes up like half of the suitcase. The Away shell is also super durable and extremely flexible, and with the inner compression system, you can fit even more. So this is just a very, very brief comparison sheet that I made for your reference. And obviously it's not comprehensive, so if there is any missing information, you'll have to do your own research. So to be honest, I do love my RIMOWA luggages because I can see where the quality is at, and also I love the distinctive design. But is a $1,400 price tag really worth it? My answer is it really depends. I mean, I feel like if your sole purpose is to find a luggage that is spacious and durable, there are definitely like way better options out there. For example, like my Away luggage is only $275 and it works wonders. And I'm sure there are even more affordable brands out there that are equally high quality and durable. But don't get me wrong, I feel like RIMOWA is still top of the line, and some people might even say it's like the gold standard of luggages. But at the end of the day, I feel like getting a RIMOWA, sometimes it's more of a status symbol than anything else. But if you're a history freak like me and really look into the history of the RIMOWA brand, which started in the late 19th century, it's actually pretty fascinating how they turned from making saddles to luggages just to cope with the change in travel methods. This means that people went from horses to cars and then to airplanes. And the RIMOWA engineers really put a lot of thought and effort into engineering the perfect combination for durability and strength. But of course, I feel like most people don't really care about how brands came into being and how they got to where they are. But that's totally okay, you know? That's most of us. And at the end of the day, if you were just like me, you're on a budget and you're debating between a RIMOWA or an Away or, you know, some other brands, I would say maybe go with the other brands first. You might get more uses out of it. Well, yeah, this concludes the video, and this is my non-sponsored, honest review of these two brands based off of my personal experience. And once again, thank you so much for tuning in this week and making it this far into the video. And if you enjoyed the video even a little bit, please give me a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!